Hi there, Virgo. Thank you for joining me for your weekly forecast for week commencing the 1st of August. As you burst into this new month, the great news is that Mercury, your ruler, has returned home. This is going to sharpen up your thinking, at least in the first half of this week, and give you an opportunity to be a bit more present in the here and now when it comes to some of your more structural ideas. It is true that the Sun does continue along with Venus for much of this week in a more tender and reflective part of your scope, but by the end of the week on Sunday, Venus moves into your sign as well, and all this is going to give you an opportunity to make a transition from a more thoughtful and reflective part of the year into one which is much more going to see you on the front foot. But if we think back over the last few months, particularly since mid-May, there has been a tangle between Saturn and also Neptune, which has had a particular influence on your relationships. Now, Mercury gets caught up in this in the latter part of this week. So I do feel if you're trying to tie anything down around any kind of partnership, business, personal or friendship, the key here is feeling comfortable with it at a more emotional level. The truth is that because of the new moon which occurs on Tuesday, if you're prepared to work with some tender issues, anything to do with of a more emotional complex or to do with your security, be it physical or emotional, if you're prepared to grapple with those things, I think you're going to end this week feeling a lot more positive if you clear out of the way anything that has been concerning you or is not quite in place in the way that you really need. What's going to help you enormously too is the arrival on Wednesday of Mars also into the sign of Sagittarius. Because if you do need to think about where you live or improving it or perhaps moving altogether, Mars is going to give you a lot more drive to achieve this over the next couple of months. So it's exciting stuff. But I think the arrival of Venus in your sign on Sunday is perhaps the most important event of this week for you at a more personal level, because this is going to see you not so much thinking quietly about relationships or building some up in a more confidential way, or perhaps coming to terms with a recent loss or parting of the ways. Once Venus arrives in your sign, this ability to move into the here and now is going to give you a lot more self-confidence about your appearance, about the way you interact with other people, and even about your creative talents. So it is a week of transition, but a very important week at that. It's been a real pleasure being with you. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.